Okay, I think I got something wrong in this video I did yesterday, which is Robert Bly's translation of Antonio Machado's poem, "The Wind One Brilliant Day." It's also the first line. It's one of those poems where I think it was untitled, but you know, some books that it appeared had to have a title, so they just used the first line, right? And it was, and since it's also windy today, it's one of those days where it feels like it's going to be like this all day. It's going to be overcast. You'll see little glimpses of the sun, like I've seen it come in and out behind the clouds, and you see this beautiful light, kind of very painterly light, like Turner paintings, and it's like, even though it looks, there are a few dark clouds around, it's like, even though it looks a little bit like that, maybe not. Maybe it's just going to be overcast all day, and it'll just be nice, pleasant breeze. I'm loving this breeze. But anyway, it's reminding me of this poem because I think I didn't like the way that I recorded it yesterday, so I think I'm going to do this one. And Robert did it. He actually did a recording of this. I think it was probably summertime, and he was walking. I don't need to walk on this one, but we'll do it. We'll do it now. The wind, one brilliant day, called to my soul with an odor of jasmine. And the wind said, "In exchange for my odor of jasmine, I would like the scent of all of your roses." And the speaker of the poem, Mr. Machado, says, "But I have no roses. All the flowers in my garden are dead." So the wind said, "Well, I'll take the yellowed leaves and the withered petals, and waters from the fountains." And the wind left, and I wept. And I said to myself, "What have you done with the garden that was trusted to you?" It's a powerful, simple, short poem. You know, it obviously marked Robert Bly. You know, he loved translating poetry. It was like, if you knew him and what he meant to poetry worldwide, you know, he had his own lyric. He had some profound, beautiful, interesting poetry of his own, in his own style, his own images, that called on all this tradition of spirit and learning and culture. But he also saw it as a major mission to bring other cultures, other histories, other poets into to our consciousness. You know, it's kind of a quaint idea in 2025 to think back on that, you know, 50, 60 years ago, like that was actually a serious thing, and there were enough people that cared about things like that. You know, obviously, our culture has just been torn to shreds in so many ways, carried off by the wind, and no one gives a shit. You know, and I say that with a smile, because what else can you do? It's just the utter truth. And so part of my project is finding ways to re-enliven that spirit, to go back to the essential bedrock foundational ideas about culture, language, art, poetry, and and not to do so in a way that's elitist. That's one of the worst things that has happened in culture, is that in so many ways got divorced from everyday life, joy of it was extinguished, and you know, these are things that we should all love and be proud of and memorize and pass on. in that way. Just, it's not the Spanish way, but it's like the Spanish way. It's like kind of like a combo between, say, the American English way and the Spanish way. And so, like Jazemin with a little accent on the I, Jasmine. But of course, in Spanish they would say yes, or something like that. I don't speak Spanish, but Robert made it his own, and you know, and there were cases where he could authoritatively do that. So we're going to read that again real quick because it's a poem of middle age. It's a poem of changes in life or stages of the life cycle. It's a little bit reflection, but it has that energy. It has that passion. It has that lovely leaping quality in it. That's why Robert loved this poem. And it goes, "The wind one brilliant day called to my soul with an odor of jasmine. And the wind said, in exchange for my odor of jasmine, I'd like the scent of your roses. I'd like the scent of all your roses." And I said, well, I have no roses. All the flowers in my garden are dead. And the wind said, well, then I'll take the yellowed leaves and the withered petals and all the waters from your fountains. And the wind left. And I said to myself, what have you done to the garden that was entrusted to you? And genius, gorgeous poem that's easy to memorize, and that connects us all, especially if we're in our mid-40s. And I think Machado was about that age when he wrote it, and he was a teacher, and he was feeling let all of his gifts kind of wither and die. And he was trying to recapture his spirit. And he realized this is a poem of burnout. This is really a poem of burnout. And it's but it's facing up to it, and it's realizing it, and it's like saying, I can do differently. So many people strive for the mediocre in life, but I'm not. I'm a legend. I'm going to do my own thing, my own direction. I may be wrong. Everyone may think I'm wrong. Everyone may think I'm crazy. But I'm going to follow this line that I feel in coherence with, in my spirit, my soul, my education, my learning, my wisdom, people who have influenced me in life. So, I read that poem a third time. The reason I'm doing it again is because I realized I forgot a very short, but very consequential sentence. And that's okay, we all make mistakes. But it's like, you know, I know the poem so well that even if I don't say it out loud, it's still there. I still feel it. So I'm going to say this one more time, and then we're going to quit for now, because no one can listen to a video that's more than 45 seconds or 44 seconds or something. So the wind one brilliant day called my soul with an odor of jasmine. The wind said, in exchange for my jasmine, I'd like the scent of all your roses. And the wind said, I have no... So the poet said, I have no roses. All the gardens